As a captain, what do you say to your teammates to bounce back from this one?
Stay together. I feel like that's what we got to do. We've been doing a good job of doing it throughout the tough losses this season, but this one's definitely the toughest. Obviously, because we feel like we could have beat this team. We've shot ourselves in the foot a lot, I think, throughout the game. And it's been a trend. These games, especially these home games, I feel like we just have been shooting ourselves in the foot, and we've been able to sneak out of them. And let's just call it for what it is. We were down in each one down the stretch in the past 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure. And now it finally got us. It finally bit us in the butt. And there's nowhere to go from here. I mean, it's the lowest you can get. So the only way to go is up. And that's what we got to do, because I feel like you either at this point run from it or you embrace it. And it's the make or break of our season right now. You could sulk, you could do all the bad things, the things that are just not going to help us get over the hump, which we need to get to, which we will get to. And I think everybody's going to embrace that. We've embraced it after 4 hard losses, and now I think this being our 5th. Nothing's going to change. It's on me. I'm the captain, along with 2 other guys, and it's our job to make this not be a recurring event, because I feel like we're a lot better than that.
As one of the team's captains, what are some of the kind of specific things you want the team to really hone in on in practice or going forward?
Obviously it's rebounding, defense. I think offensively we're fine. I think obviously they came out of the zone, and we weren't expecting much of a zone, but I still feel like we executed pretty well, except down the stretch in that last 2 to 3 possessions that we had. But it's defense, it's rebounding, it's the little things and the things that you think is simple, but when it gets down to it, it's obviously something that we are really bad at right now. And I feel like once we get a hold of that, we're going to be able to take that next step, which we know we're capable of doing and which we believe we can do, because it's no BS. We're capable of doing it. We have the guys that can do it, and that's why it hurts so much right now, because you know what you're capable of, and you know what the team is capable of, but not seeing it's very frustrating. So I feel like at this time the whole team's gonna embrace it, and they have to embrace it. And it starts from the top man down. We all have to be better.
You mentioned rebounding. What do you think the fix is for that?
Wanting it more. Rebounding is simple. It's going to your man, finding him, engaging contact, turning around, and don't let him get to the ball. Get to the ball before he does. And it's technique, but it's wanting it more. And I feel like we're not doing that, obviously. We're doing it really badly. And this is basketball. This isn't a lot of other sports. Talent can really separate the two, but anybody can win on any game. And that today shows that, because they played better than us. They played harder. They out-rebounded us. They played better defensively, and they were a more connected team. And if you have all those things, I feel like, how do you come out of those wins? And I come out those with wins, and we have before. But if we don't make any adjustments towards that, I feel like we've been shooting ourselves in the foot. It's going to come and catch you. And tonight it did. And the season's not over. Got a lot of basketball to be played, and which gives me hope with this team is how connected we are and how much we want it. But we're not playing like it. We're not playing like we want it. We're saying things in the locker room. We're doing it in practice. But when you come out in the game, that's what really matters. And now something's got to change, and it will change.
Anything else?
Jace, you mentioned it being a recurring trend, these close games. I guess why is that? After maybe the first 2 times you think maybe you guys will get that.
It's a great question. I think if you noticed, let's call it what it is. Our high major games, we haven't played like this. We've been playing pretty well in those games, and these games against mid-major teams, it hasn't been the same. And I can't talk for everybody. I can't speak for 15 guys, but I can speak for myself, and I feel like. And I think everybody else agrees when I say that we're just coming out more lackadaisical than them. We're playing like front runners right now, and that's why we look good against good teams and look bad against not bad teams, but mid-major teams. And that's not how you win games. That's not how you stay a winning program. Something that we've done for the past couple of years, but now we're getting away from those winning habits, that winning culture. And it's frustrating to see because obviously I was here 2 years ago, and then I was here last year during our winning stretch towards the end of the season. And especially when you know what we're capable of, it's very frustrating. I know we have all the guys in that locker room are hurting right now, and along with me, and the coaching staff is hurting, and the managers are hurting. And you could hurt all you want, but what are we going to do to fix it? And I think that comes down to us playing every game like it's our last. And that's what we got to do, because we don't have that much room for error. We don't have a lot of room for error going on, and we gotta, like, every second fighting when you're fighting for survival. So that's how we got to keep on playing, because this is where we're at right now.
Obviously, Big Ten plays on the horizon. So really not saying this. What do you hope the team takes from this? You mentioned that conference. Anything I said?
That's we're gonna have to come out with, quoting Harbaugh, enthusiasm unknown to mankind. We're gonna have to go out with the attention to detail. I feel like is what we're really struggling with, especially on the defensive end. And we're gonna have to fix that. We're gonna have to fix the rebounding. We got our rebound. I don't know the numbers, but we got our rebounds. Anybody can see that tonight. Our defense is not where it's supposed to be, and I don't think it has been in any game this year. Maybe the Pitt game is the one I could think where our defense was where it was supposed to be, but other than that, it hasn't been. So even though I have faith in our team that we're going to be able to go into these next games with energy, because we have no choice, and I know we're going to do that, we have to address the elephants in the room, which is defense and rebounding. And I feel like when we get that, it's going to show in our wins, in our outcome, and how we look out there. But until we get it done, it's going to be the same what it is right now.
What do you think is going on defensively? Is it communication? Is it execution?
Communication and rebounding. I think our communication has gotten better. We're emphasizing that in every practice. Every time we touch that locker room or touch that court, we're emphasizing communication. But it's closing out to the guy all the way. And what the coaching staff is asking us, it's hard. We're not playing simple defense. Our coverages are NBA coverages. We have elite level coverages, and when you do it, it's great. But it takes a long time to get it, and I think our guys need to, me myself included, need to get better at that, because there's a reason that it's good when it's good and it's bad when it's bad. And right now, it's not where it needs to be, obviously, and we need to get to that point. But it's gonna be defense. It's gonna be communication on defense. It's gonna be rebounding, wanting it more than the next guy, and not just doing it one play, but doing it the next play, the next play, the next play. Because we're showing flashes of it. We are. I think everybody sees that, but we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, and that leads us to games like tonight.
Is that the most frustrating part, I guess? Like, you see these flashes, but you guys just can't.
Yeah, it's the most frustrating part for sure, because you know what you're capable of. We knew we were a bad team and we had bad culture and stuff like that, it hurt. It hurt less, but knowing what we're capable of, and I know what we're capable of, and our season's far from over, that's what makes it more frustrating. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.